Sometimes all you need is a good fuzz face. Yes, I'm a fan of when builders bring new and exciting things to the fuzz world, but a lot of the time we're still just trying to get the sounds of the 60s and the early 70s. And when it comes to high quality and high end, but essentially basic fuzz faces, this is as good as they get. This is the Dazatronyx AC128 Arbitrary Fuzz, handmade in Australia. It's a simple recipe, and a recipe that's been handed down for around 60 years. At the heart of it, we have these two NOS European AC128 germanium transistors with the whole circuit mounted on this turret board, and I have to say it's done really, really nicely. This pedal also has the Roger Mayer or Hendrix mods already in here, which essentially make better use of those AC128 germanium transistors. More gain available, an improved gain sweep as well, but also better cleanup on your volume knob. It really is true that some of the best clean tones you can get actually come from a fuzz face when you roll down your guitar knob. Side note, hopefully in this video is the first time you're hearing my brand new Victory Sheriff 25 in a beautiful wooden cabinet. Does it get any more classic than a good old fuzz face into a classic plexi type amplifier? These transistors have been handpicked from Dazatronyx's personal collection that he's been hoarding for years. You pretty much can't get these transistors anymore for a reasonable price, so I think this is a great opportunity to get a classic germanium transistor fuzz face. Of course, as we know, germanium transistors are pretty picky when it comes to signal chain placement and to the temperature and environment that you're in. And funnily enough, this is actually the first time I've come to experience those changes when it comes to temperature with germanium transistors that I think I can think of firsthand. We're having a bit of a weird summer here in the UK. One day it can be really cold and grey and gloomy. Today is really, really windy for some reason. But then the next day it can be beautiful blue skies and, you know, high 20 degrees. And I can definitely tell the difference with what the weather's doing because when I play this pedal, I don't even have to open the curtain. I could play this pedal and be like, yeah, I feel like it's a really cold day today. You can definitely tell a difference. Funnily enough, it's more when you kind of roll the guitar down and you try and get those cleaner tones. That's where I notice it the most for sure, but there's definitely a difference. And call me weird, but I kind of like that. It kind of excites me. I know that it might not be the most practical if you're going out and trying to get the same tone every night, but for me, I like it when my gear has a bit of quirk to it, a bit of a fight back, and these germanium transistors definitely give that. And when they're in the sweet spot, And when they're not in the sweet spot, to be fair, it sounds excellent. It just gives the pedal more character, and I love that. As you probably noticed, mine is in this crazy psychedelic swirling paint dip type thing, which is going to be completely different to the next one and the next one after that. And again, that just gives the pedal more character. I love that. And obviously it also just suits the 60s inspiration of the pedal. If you're not aware of the typical fuzz face layout, then really it couldn't be any more simple. We have volume and gain or fuzz. And really, in my opinion, you need to be cranking both of these at least to 2 o'clock and sometimes just cranking them all the way. The absolute highest quality components I used to make this pedal, and as I said earlier, they're all put together beautifully. As you can see, no space for a battery in here either, but as long as you put it at the front of your signal chain and use a high quality isolated power supply, you're on for an absolute winner. This is now my go-to fuzz face tone.